It's your boy DJ Akademiks, and in true pop shit and apologize fashion, we got my nigga Drake, who, about 8 hours ago, it was leaked from the new Rolling Stone magazine. There was an interview done with Drake. They did a whole cover spread on him and a full interview, a full rollout of just Drake and them really talking in depth with Drake. Now, a couple controversial comments came out by Drake, not only dissing Macklemore or calling his apology to Kendrick weak or some sucker shit. He also mentioned that Kanye West had some weak bars on Yeezus. Not only that, also gave a subliminal ether to New York rapper Fabolous. Now, 8 hours after all the social commentary has been building up, Drake has now fell back into the apologizing stage, and he is now copping pleas. You guys can check the description. You guys can see all the links to the tweets and also the original article. Now, Drake took to Twitter and he said, I never commented on Yeezus for my interview portion of Rolling Stone. Translation, what? How did that shit even get in there? That shit was off the record. I thought when I was talking shit about Kanye and Fab, you weren't going to include that shit. You said that was off the record. Yeah, dummy. It was off the record until the reporter said, what the fuck? You're talking this crazy? I got to add this shit in. Now, listen, if you guys don't know how print media works, you're probably talking to these people for a long-ass time, probably hours on end, especially if they're doing a whole magazine spread on you. And there's going to be things that you say or moments where you say, okay, this is off the record and then this is on the record. Usually only on the record things get kept. But when there's such juicy things you're saying and you're talking this reckless, the reporter might say, oh, fuck it, my nigga, you're saying this. I'm going to throw it in the article. That's exactly what happened. Is it right? I don't know. You guys be the judge. Get in the comment box. But that's pretty much what happens. Now, Drake followed up that tweet with another emotional message. He was crying about being removed as the cover story from the Rolling Stones issue. He was like, they also took my cover from me last minute and they ran the issue. Yes, Drake, they took the cover from you because there was a death of somebody who they find important, Philip Seymour Hoffman. And Drake, you obviously was not pleased with that. But then Drake came to his senses and he tried to clear his tweet up in the next tweet. And let's see what he said. He said, I'm disgusted with that. R.I.P. to Philip Seymour Hoffman. All respect due, but the press is evil. Now, this is what Drake's doing because obviously he doesn't want the press to cause some type of rift or some type of friction between him and Kanye. They just kind of rekindled their bromance. And Drake has always been a big Kanye supporter. He's always wanted to be friends with Kanye. So when they were going back and forth, throwing jabs at each other, Drake probably wasn't enjoying that. Now they're back to BFF status. They performed at OVO Fest, giving each other hugs and dick riding each other. Drake loves it. Now the funny thing with this story is that this is kind of pretty much what happened to my nigga Future Vandross. If you all remember, Future Vandross had an interview with Billboard where he said, or it was quoted that he said, that he makes better music than Drake because Drake doesn't make music that move the people. Now, he did come out and say, hey, that wasn't really in the interview, but I think that's another case of talking off the record and it being included. Now, with all the social commentary building up and also the pressure starting to mount because everybody's talking about Drake, possibly dissing Kanye, and also Ether and Fab. Drake folded up like a cheap lawn chair at a cookout, like a wallet, and like my nigga Weed Marley said on Twitter, folded up like a butterscotch crimpet that he is. Now, Drake deleted those tweets, and I'm thinking the Illuminati probably kind of touched him and said, listen, my boy, you can't be talking that crazy about Rolling Stones. They're higher on the Illuminati totem pole than you. You are nothing but just a nigga in a coupe. So Drake has straightened himself up and he's deleted tweets. Then Drake sent out another emotional tweet saying, I'm done doing interviews for magazines. I just want to give my music to the people. That's the only way my music gets across accurately. Yeah, anyways, so that's what Drake is saying. But in light of all the fuckery and coonery going on with YMCMB lately, I'm wondering if it's going to get to the point where Birdman got to make a blood sacrifice to really get it square with the Illuminati. Is he going to have to sacrifice one of those mixtape rappers or shelved rappers that's never coming out? Maybe take one of those tax write-offs off the bill and just do a blood sacrifice. Maybe a little Chucky. Maybe a little Twist. We know Lil Twist been bored. Justin Bieber threw that nigga in the bushes. So, I want you guys to get in the comment box. Let me know what you guys think about that. What do you think about Drake backtracking and doing a Michael Jackson moonwalk after perceivably talking all that shit in a magazine, quote unquote, off the record to the reporter? And also, in all fairness, I gotta mention what Rolling Stones replied because they came out and they said, simply and succinctly, we stick to our reporting. And that's a nigga translation for Drake, fuck you in the hole you crawled out of. We don't give a fuck about you, and we don't need you. Pretty much simply saying, my nigga, we don't care. So, let me know what you guys think about it. Do you think Drake is right for apologizing? Do you think Rolling Stones probably misinterpreted what he said? And do you think that this was actually a real quote, on or off the record, by Drake? Once again, you guys can see the links in the description. Hit the links to make sure you see all the articles. And also make sure you guys follow me on social media at Akademiks. Get at me.